Hello, my dearly beloved husband and wife, responsible men and women. You're welcome to this episode again on mending the broken walls in our marriages. But today we need to begin to address the questions that have been coming in. And one of these questions that a lot of people have asked is, what are the dangers in couple having joint accounts? Having joint accounts is a good point of agreement in marriage. But as good as it is, if some precautions are not taken, if some agreements are not reached, if some compromise are not reached, the dangers are much. And one of the dangers in having joint accounts is that where the spending habit of the husband and wife is not agreeing. For example, the husband might be a conservative, the husband might be an investment-driven person, one that thinks more about future, while the wife is the one that thinks of the present, is a spendthrift, is easily controlled by what goes on. She wants to be a socialite. She wants to move with the tide. And because of that, if they are having joint accounts, problem will erupt. That area needs to be addressed. They must reach a compromise in their spending habits. 2, we see that different people have priorities. What you prioritize might be different from what I prioritize. So they must synchronize or agree on what their priority is. For example, if they intend to, the priority in the marriage should be living happy, healthy life, raising up children, planning for future, for retirement. All this should be goals in the marriage. But if these goals were not there, and they said they want to have a joint account because someone preached it, because someone do it, because they said it is good, it will be able to harness much money at a go, then it will hit a rock later, and the thing will not work well. It can lead to lack of financial independence. A lot of people want to have independence, especially women. They want to spend some money, which they don't want to necessarily let the husband know. Women love spending money on different things, like cosmetics, undies, and some other things that, especially when they want to support their relations, they don't want everything to be what we discuss in the family. So if they are having joint accounts and all the bulk money that comes into the marriage is put in a single account, that independency will be eroded. That is why we suggest that there are specific things in the family that the joint account will cover, while there are still other accounts that can be managed in the family. It is not necessary that because there is we want to maintain joint accounts, that there should be no other accounts. Other accounts should be given room to. For example, if you've said, I want to get into children education, and how do we secure this education of these children? We are saving little amounts, and we get into insurance, children education insurance, whereby from the money that is there, the premium must be paid monthly. It's without troubling anyone, regardless of what is happening. then we know that the education of those children are secured. That's a goal. Likewise, building and other things. So, what I'm advocating and what I'm soliciting, or what I'm telling you, is that I'm not saying having financial independence, financial joint account is not right. It's right, but it has its dangers. It is the dangers we are addressing now. But as we are addressing it, we will be offering some solution. So, as we see that where there is miscommunication or lack of transparency regarding finance of the partners. Take, for example, yes, when the marriage started, the husband is earning $1 million, the wife is earning 800. And when promotion coming, you hide it. Other income coming, you hide it. And then the other party discovered, then it will be lack of transparency, and that could bring mistrust, and that could destroy the purpose of the joint account. In the event of breaking off, which, as much as possible, we want every marriage to last longer, till death do them part. But in reality, it's not all marriages that last until death do them part. So, and where divorce has to come in, break off, at this time, this will become a problem in sharing what is in the joint accounts. It might have to take a lot of legal complication. So, as well, we notice that at one time or the other, either of the party might get involved in debt, where there is debt liability, and the income that was originally built to be entering into that account does not enter. The other person will feel cheated. So, that is another problem, dangers that we see in them. But that one could as well be addressed, that no one go into social debt without the others involvement, because that amount you have in that joint account might eventually end up to be the collateral to resolve that expenditure or that debt. Where one partner exerts control over the others, yes, control should be joint. It should not be one. When you call it joint accounts, there is no need of saying, I am the head, I am the sole signatory. No, or I am the principal signatory, or I can only sign without my signature that no money comes out. No. If you say that you are taking unnecessary control, and that control you are taking can eventually lead to another problem. Besides that, it will bring mistrust. It could bring suspicion, these are other problems that are inherent in joint marriage. It could as well hinder emergencies. In case one is indisposed, in the cause of, let's say, health-wise, and he could not sign, and yet there is money there, and the other partner cannot sign, then that becomes a problem. You have your money that will save you, but yet you are handicapped. So that area is another problem that needed to be addressed. So we need to understand that unhealthy relationship, which I've just mentioned, the health-wise, all these things are problems that are there. But in joint accounts, as much as we enumerate about 9 dangers in it, it is still a good position in a marriage where you want to control finance and project and pursue a particular goal. It should be tailored towards goal and yet give rooms to independency. If all these problems are addressed, it will actually be a good thing to have a joint account. Thank you. Other questions, we'll be addressing them. Though there are a lot of questions present now, but we'll be addressing them as You follow the episodes one after the other every Friday. You'll be there to hear them. Thank you.